Well, damn. It's been 1 year already? Boy, time sure flies, don't it? I wasn't expecting this, but I'm assuming that because that particular season got so much attention, they decided to do a after the altar edition. Or do they do that with all of them? Well, anyway, child, season 3, episode 13 starts with Miss Raisin, child, meeting her African prince at the airport. Now, I know I cannot be the only one who already knew that they was still gonna have something going on, honey. Sis is not gonna let go of the African money that damn fast. I don't care what nobody say, ain't no way. So me seeing her back this season as if she got married was no surprise to me. Were you surprised? I don't know. Don't it kind of look like Raven done lost a little weight, child? Oh, them white pants was a little saggy, child. I don't know. Probably being a little stressed out with Mr. SK keeping up with him now. Because you know he decided to stay back wherever he stayed back and go to school and do all the things that he wanted to do, child. I'm just proud of him that he did not change up anything for her. I feel like a lot of us tend to kind of alter what we really want to do for other people. And I'm proud of him for that. Now, according to them, they stay connected even after the show ended. And the more they talk, they realize that they should be dating. And that's exactly what they are doing. So sis say they dating. He's mine. You may have had him once, but I had him all the time. Okay, she wants to be sure that y'all knew that that was her man. Because I remember during the reunion, some of y'all had done jumped in his DMs. Okay, so she had to make sure she let y'all know that's her boo thing. Okay, find your own. No. Was I the only one who thought that Alexa looked like she may be with child? Now, I know sis was already pleasantly plump, and that's what I loved about her. She represented for the plus size community, okay? This time around, her face was a little bit more fuller. I don't know, it was something. I couldn't put my hands on it. I had concluded that sis was with child. Now, they went on to bragging about how they having a whole lot of sex, so I guess he done upped his game when it came to the bedroom department, because from what I could remember, she was saying that he wasn't aggressive enough, okay? He wasn't choking her out, okay? He wasn't pulling her hair, okay? He wasn't fulfilling them needs that she wanted to fulfill, and I guess with them practicing as much as they claim they practicing, I'm sure he probably done got it down pat. You notice they had to make sure they mentioned about sex. I guess when they watched the playback from the last season, they realized, ooh, I think I probably kind of made it look like you ain't know what you was doing in the bedroom. So I'm going to make sure we clear that up. So in this particular episode, we see all the family coming together, his family, their family. I was a little concerned about the mix of them two, you know, because they were just coming from two separate places, okay? Okay, you got the rich, bougie people here, Kardashian cousin them. And then you got the ones who farming and they are cropping and they make their own veggies and fruits and all that. So you know, it's just two different worlds. So I was a little concerned. I know I can't be the only one, but when I saw the episode, it looked like everybody was getting along, wasn't it? Okay, I guess it's true when they say opposites attract. Now y'all seen how shady Alexa daddy was. That man say, I wouldn't allow in my relationship, but my daughter wears the pants, and honey, you wearing the panties. I don't remember Brennon denying it either. Now, did you notice that? He ain't say a damn thing. I guess he knew not to deny, child. Would have been on poom punishment. I did get the energy that she probably would be leading, but I was more so thinking about in finances. But I guess if you're leading in finances as well, you probably gonna have a lot of say so all around, okay, the whole household. I would like to hope that all of that is not true and that Brennon is standing up for himself, okay? Because one thing us women do not like, and that's a pussy, okay? One of them men that just ain't got a mind for herself, a mouth for himself, just nothing, child. We like the men with the big kahunas, you know what I'm saying? And so then they start showing a little bit of Colleen and Matt. Now, y'all know I was rooting for this couple. I was rooting for this couple as well. It was at the dog park. And you, girl, what now? Why Colleen talked about Matt looking like his dog? And they kept showing the dog over and over again. I ain't gonna lie, they did have share a little slight little features I've seen, especially in the nose area. Tell me something. Why they not living together by now? Okay, from what I'm understanding, there's been a whole year done went by, a whole long 365 days done went by. These two is still not residing together. Looks like they still putting it on the lease, but we all know that a lease within that year has to be renewed. So somebody, or I'm gonna say both of them, renewed their lease. Then Colleen had the nerve to put it on the dog. I'm with Nancy. I don't like when people have too much to say about other people's relationship. You know what I'm saying? Especially when theirs ain't even work out. But I'm with her when she went to saying, now I know he ain't gonna let a dog come in between his wife. You gonna pick the dog over the wife? We see that it's a complete opposite on who running when it comes to Alexa and Brennon and Colleen and Matt. They just at this point finding any excuse they can throw out there as to why they not residing together. But honey, I feel like this. If it's working for y'all, then do it. Don't worry about what nobody else thinks. People will have questions now. It will be a slight questionable. People have raised a little eyebrow too, you know, be a little confused. Might scratch their head a bit about it. But that has nothing to do with us. Because you got to live that life. So if it's working for you, then do what's best for you. I personally respect them moving on their time. I do hope, though, eventually they decide to move in. My biggest concern for these two was Matt's attitude. Was he going to be running like a track star? She gonna make her way when she get running like Forrest, or was he gonna stick around and try to make it work? And according to Colleen, he's doing just that. I was concerned about his attitude because we seen Matt go from 0 to 100, honey, in no time. So I was kind of scared for Colleen, but I guess everything all right. Sister was in the clips. She looked like she hadn't been harmed or anything like that. I guess Matt done got it together. From what I'm seeing and understanding, it's growth. And he's on that growth train, whatever right now. And it looks good on him, don't it? Mr. Bartise and Nancy, honey. Mr. Mushroom Head just think he is just the best thing walking around here, in my opinion, child. And poor Nancy, because I just feel like she just worshiped the ground he walk on, honey. You could tell that she's still infatuated by this young man. That's just my opinion. Now, when they first met up at the little place and had drinks, the first thing they talked about was Nancy and her family's reaction to him saying no. Big bro, little bro, I don't know what bro it was, but bro was not having it. He was upset that their time was wasted, that he embarrassed the hell out of his sister, and he wanted to kick some ass. Now, according to Mr. Bartise, he's a lover, not a fighter. He didn't want them hands. Child, why you ain't tell me his name is Bartise? Whole time I've been saying Baptiste. Oh, Lord. I am not editing it out. So in this episode, we see the guys get together, right? They come together, and Mr. Bartise, okay, Mr. Cool, he gives me Puff Daddy energy, honey. He claims that he's just such a flirt, honey, and that women have a hard time distinguishing the difference between whether if he really are into him or is he just, just... Let me keep it real quick. I do understand where some signs, some personalities, some people tend to have this whole flirtatious being about them. Sometimes they just have that aura, okay? But my thing is when you need to make clear, okay, and you don't want to egg on someone or somebody that's already feeling some type of way about you, okay? A lot of the times, people who are flirtatious are kind of like innocently flirtatious. Like you go up to the bar and you're like, oh, you look handsome as hell, and flirting with people you don't know. But then when you're flirting with people that you actually dated, that you were supposed to marry, you may want to kind of pump the brakes on that, especially with Miss Nancy. I love when Brennon was just like, are you making it clear, though, to her that it's just flirting and it's nothing? Because bruh man said with the clit, okay, that he has no feelings with her. Did you hear him? His rebuttal now was, get this, because he always got that talk game strong, okay? He got it locked down. He came back with, and I did say no at the altar, so she should already know. No, my guy. Oh, no. We not gonna go there because y'all continue to talk after the fact. According to Nancy, they still were kind of like linking up and still, I'm assuming, probably being flirtatious. Who knows? We don't know. But she still had the thoughts of a potential. If you are gonna keep it cordial, there should be levels to it. It's the guy himself feels like he's doing nothing wrong. But what I think is that Nancy is speaking to Alexa, and Alexa is pillow talking with Brennon, and Brennon is coming out because you know he's the spokesperson for his wife. He's like, are you telling her this stuff? Because I think she think it's something different. And I'm not expecting Mr. Bartise to do it, to be honest. He doesn't come off as the type that want to make it perfectly clear, okay? He comes off as the type that wants to lead a chunk. The more the merrier. That's the attitude and energy I get from Mr. Barr. Also see the ladies meet together, okay? And then we see Zanab come on in for the first time. Okay, hello. She looking good, looking the same. Of course, she had to report that she's in therapy. She wanted everybody to know. And I mean, I would hope. I mean, after all of the backlash that the sister girl probably got, that would have pushed me into therapy if I wasn't thinking about it. If I wasn't thinking about it no other time, I probably would have thought about it at that point. Sister girl got heat after the way she handled herself or handled Cole in the reunion. According to her, she felt no kind of way. She didn't regret what she said. She didn't regret how she handled them at the reunion. She didn't regret not a damn thing. Even after watching back. Even after, she don't regret a thing. I mean, one thing I do appreciate is a person that's going to stand their ground and stand on what they said and stand on their word. So if she's saying that she, you know, then it is what it is. Then they start having the two married couples talk about how their experience been so far. And they both said, you know, it's been a little trials and tribulations, okay? It's been a little rocky in the beginning. It was a little harsh. I ain't going to lie. But we made it. We made it. We're here. Now, I ain't going to lie. I remember Zanab mentioning about trophy couple. I really do feel like Alexa and Brennon is like on this pedestal. Like they're looked up to. They're the gods of the Love is Blind right now. It was the black and white couple on the first season. I think they're so cute, by the way. But I can't remember their name. But I guess now it's them because it seems like everything is so perfect. And them be the ones that behind the scenes be chaotic, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm not hoping for it because I'm rooting for them. With experience, a lot of the people who say that everything is peaches and cream, it normally is not. And they just prefer people to stay the hell up out of their business, which I don't mind, which I don't blame them. They were just kind of saying that they realized that they had to date each other. They still had to get to know each other. They still had to earn one another and so forth. They were just kind of sharing what worked for them. Not Cole the Clown now. And he gonna be juggling red flags. Raven is just as shady as she can be, Chad. No, she did. They really hate this young man. Why they act like that about Mr. Cole? I ain't gonna lie. Mr. Cole talked too much and he kind of, you know, put his own foot in his ass or put his foot in the mouth or however it go, however the saying goes. I really felt bad for him at that reunion, child. I ain't gonna lie. It was just like belittle after belittling. I mean, it was almost like, you know, the situation when people is down and then you just kicking them while they down. Like, it was one of those situations. And I was just like, oh, ain't nobody gonna help him out. Nobody gonna say that. Then they showed Cole. He's cute. It's something about it. This is eyes, girl. This is eyes. But they show Cole. Why? Now I done turned into this whole Team Cole movement, child. I just hate the jumping on and all of that. I just never cared for it. So I'm like, I'll be the one that'll stand up for him if ain't nobody else gonna do it. Now, I ain't gonna say he wasn't wrong. That man was wrong with some of the he said and did. But he wasn't a horrible person, at least not from what I seen. And some of the examples that she gave, it was just like, okay, if those are the examples you're using, then honey, he really ain't that horrible. We saw Cole mention that he's been busy working, kind of keep himself busy and his mind off of the whole disappointment, because bruh man was upset. He really was convinced that she was gonna marry him, and he really was blindsided, according to him, with the whole happenings of how she let it happen or how she did it. He did say he's in the dating pool, but he started talking about her and he's just like, man, I just feel like I got played. I just feel like, from what I understood, we were still gonna date even if we didn't marry. And I don't know if she really said this. Like, I feel like the way he's talking as if it was a conversation they had in private, because I didn't see or remember that on camera. After that reunion with Zanab, I wouldn't put it past that sister girl did say that, okay? And now she want to act oblivious or act like she got amnesia, honey, okay? Alzheimer's or something with that. Because according to her, she didn't say that. He's really coming off as this really confused person. You would have thought he got hit in the head, got a concussion, because he does not remember. He's just acting so confused as to what happened, what went down on their wedding day. He did bring up the cuties situation, and he's like, really? Like, cuties? I was fat shaming? Like, cuties is healthy for you. If anything, that's what you should be overindulging in. It's packed with vitamin C and stuff that's healthy for you. So how is that me saying that you eating too many of those fat shaming you? Like, make it make sense. And he is like really stressed out and anxious about seeing her at this whole Alexa party thing. He really is stressed the hell out. He really is. And I feel bad. Again, I feel sorry for. Am I the only one feeling sorry for Cole at this point? Comment down below if you're feeling sorry for Cole as well. After seeing her, what she said at the reunion, the examples that she used, I kind of would just feel a different type of way about her, you know, altogether. And I think that that's what Cole should do. He should just realize the type of person, manipulator or con artist, or what word can I use for her? I don't know. I can't even think of one right now, but I would just sum it up that is her. And that the world was able to see it and just kind of roll with the punches, then still be in this whole what the hell moment, okay? Now, Brennon now says that he has a whole issue with Cole coming to the party. And I got a problem with Brennon because he has a problem with Cole or that issue. Because this is my thing. I feel like the women came together as a pack, right? They stood up for one another. They stood their ground. They had this whole movement going, sisterhood movement. And you would think the guys, at least it did come off as if they had that. And then all of a sudden, it went on to I hate Cole, and everybody joined in on that bandwagon. And it's kind of like I felt like the men at least should have kind of helped them out a little bit, or either just not said anything. This almost convinced me that the dad is accurate, Alexa's dad, when it comes to him and who wears the pants. Because I feel like the whole issue is because what his wife got an issue with. It's almost like her problem is my problem. Now, don't get me wrong. If you got a problem with her, you got a problem with me. I get that. I do. But I also can see when I need to just kind of pump my brakes and just stay the hell out of something. And in that situation, that was woman shit, okay? It's time for me to stay the hell out of it. Brennon, what you upset about? What is you mad about? Because Alexa came and pillow talked and told you that he did all these things. If anything, I would have went to him and said, look, this is what I heard. Is this true? Because the Cole I know wouldn't do nothing like that, you know. And I didn't say that, you know, I want to believe my wife because she's my wife. But, you know, we develop a good relationship as well, brotherhood. So I want to kind of hear your side of the story. I just feel like he just went full force into whatever Alexa and Zanab came up with. That is what he went with. I can see where you would kind of be like, damn, you know, that's messed up. But tell him that. You know, because I just feel like maybe he don't know. I feel like sometimes Cole just act like he is clueless. Maybe he needs somebody to kind of like, you know what, that was wrong, Cole. The way Brennon is acting, you would have thought that he clearly said something about Alexa, disrespected her or him, their relationship. It's like all this pressure for what? Now, Matt, when they all at the table together though, he starts talking about, oh, you know, we're doing really good, but we not living together as of yet. Now, did you see Brennon's face when he said this? Brennon wasn't feeling it at all. Homeboy kept moving around. He was itching. He was ready to say something. I knew it was coming. Brennon bust out and said, but my boy, it's been a year. So then Matt gets to saying like, oh, well, we didn't want to spend $5K on breaking the lease. Like, we just felt like, why would we spend $5K and lose all that money? First of all, it's been a whole year. Somebody lease done went up. Somebody lease thing done came and went. Okay, so we gonna let go of that. It's not making sense to Brennon. It's really not making sense to me. Probably ain't making sense to you, but I feel like what works for them works for them. Matt goes to saying, well, just because we don't live together don't mean that we don't love each other. And then Brennon gives him the side eye. Now, let me know what's your thoughts about why you think they're not living together. I personally feel like they butt heads a lot. Even on these clips, you can see that they always have it. But I feel like that's what kind of makes them, their relationship. I don't know. I don't know if I could handle it personally, but it's always a riffraff about something. And I think they feel like if we actually come together and live together, whoo, you talking about riffraff, you talking about arguments, you talking about complications, you know. And I feel like they feel like, you know, it's probably best that we take things slow. Let's do it this way, and then try to see if we can come together, if we should. I just feel like they are fearful of what could happen with them two residing together. Then we get to Raven them going out to eat, talking with the brother, SK brother child, and now Raven thinking she done tore down in the kitchen because she done made a whole salad that he ate. Now, did you see SK told his bro, man, when she went to the bathroom that he was gonna propose? Now, bro is not feeling it. He's like, ugh, do you remember that you told her no at the altar? Hello? Did you forget? Like, he just feels like, honey, I don't know if this really a good idea. You may want to wait. He's like, what if she say no? That is the question that we all want to know. What if she says no? I personally feel like Raven ain't gonna say no, okay? She want that African money. Ching ching. That's why she's still around even after being told no at the altar, honey. She got her motives. She know what she doing. I personally feel like she ain't gonna say no, but let me know what you think she gonna say.